He stormed the charts in the 90s with smash hits such as What Is Love, Rock My Heart and Life. And his music is still rocking and raving the dance floors all over the world, more than a quarter of a century later.
God, is it that long ago? We're thrilled to welcome Haddaway on the show. But before we have a chat to him, let's take a trip down memory lane and remind ourselves of his biggest bangers. Expect flashing images here.
I miss you. I'm gonna need you more and more each day. Life will never be the same. Life is changing. What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more.
You're making us long for a night on the tiles. Haddaway, a very good morning to you.
Good morning.
Good morning. That was a little trip in the past.
It was, and we're going to talk lots about that in a moment, but there is new music, as we heard just off the ad break. You have a particular sound about you. You have a sound that makes me want to go out. And I'm guessing I'm not alone here, Haddaway.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
So tell us about the new music.
Well, the new music is how do you fight the COVID period? Write a lot of songs. And my partner's actually in Scotland, so we're streaming back and forth constantly. And his name is Paul and Keenan. And just being very creative as possible and being myself. That's it.
Okie doke. We should mention you're joining us from where this morning?
From Austria, Kitzbühel, Austria.
Kitzbühel on the Alps. How fantastic. And how is life there? Like you say, I guess you've been productive during lockdown and that's produced this single. Is there an album to come as well?
Well, the album is finished, but you don't want to just dump the album. You have to go slowly with the first singles and see how the people react to it.
Okay, so when can we expect the album then?
Well, hopefully after the first single goes well, then we bring out the second single as a teaser, and that should be available in September.
Okay, well,
you've used your time wisely, as well as a little bit of skiing on the slopes. Of course, you're in the perfect location for it. And the slopes have been open up until recently, Haddaway.
Till 8 days ago, then we had our so-called the end of the season. Hey, that's I like that.
There we go.
Not bad. I know that guy.
You certainly look the part, so you've been enjoying life. So over the past number of years, I mean, we'll talk a lot in a minute about the singles from the early 90s, but you've continued to make music throughout, haven't you?
Yes, I mean, you have to deliver at least every 2 years, but you can't be the mainstream big monster unless you have a massive budget. And I stopped working with the majors about 12 years ago, so you have to work with all our new technology, the internet. Wow, there are so many different tools today. It's really different, but I'm having fun still.
Yeah, you're doing what you love and what you're so passionate about and what you're brilliant at. Tell us about What Is Love, because everyone in the studio has smiled and danced and moved along to that song this morning as the show is going on, because obviously we've been teasing your appearance throughout the morning, Haddaway. That song was originally a ballad, is that correct?
That's correct. We started as What Is Love as a ballad, and I actually refused to sing it because the record company owner wanted me to sing it like Joe Cocker. And I said, that's crazy. Let's just have fun with it. And the record company's owner's wife just said, leave him alone, let him do his stuff. So there we are.
Okay, so you turned it into this song. I guess you could have never known just how big, iconic, and the continued success that it still has, how big it was ever going to be.
Well, sometimes you just have to be lucky. And we didn't have a massive budget, but we got the luck on our side.
And Haddaway, when did you realise that this song had just completely taken off? I mean, I know the likes of Eminem sampled it. It was on Saturday Night Live. You know, that's just two random examples. But, I mean, the song took over the world. What was the kind of pinch-me moment for you?
Well, I have to tell you, that wasn't really a random moment. I met Dr. Dre, and we actually had a long talk about doing that in Miami. And we supplied him better samples. And Clive Davis, the mega man of music in the United States, he did the Saturday Night Live things. I actually realized that What Is Love was going to go far because we were fighting against a $200 million film with Whitney Houston, Bodyguard. Mm-hmm. Yes, The Bodyguard. And I had like a £200,000 budget against 200 million. So it was a little different.
Okay, and now the scene back in the early 90s, which we are both not quite children of, teenagers of, and it was our first opportunity to get to dance floors at discos. That scene...
I was 10 years old. I was 10 years old.
You were 10 making that record. Well, you had a great voice at 10 years old, that's for sure. Now, also on that scene, we think of some of your contemporaries, like Dr. Alban, there was Culture Club, Ace of Base. Is that a scene that still continues to this day?
Well, we're very tight friends, especially Alban. He's one of my closest friends. We do work all together in a production called We Love the 90s. And we all just do our thing and deliver about 14 to 16 bands and about 5 DJs of party. And it's a whole day party of 90s music. We were very successful until COVID came along, and then it put on the handbrakes.
And those collaborations are so important in the music industry these days, aren't they?
Yes, well, because we're a different time, because we see ourselves as partners in crime. You know, we don't see ourselves as competition, and it's good fun. It's really good fun.
Okay, now Anna did mention Saturday Night Live, Eminem. What other aspects to this song over the years have given it a new lease of life and made it endure?
Pepsi, the American Super Bowl, the new generation. I can't conceive how What Is Love keeps running, because the adaptation of this young generation, millenniums love my music, and I'm so happy, and I love millenniums. Thank you.
It's mutual. You actually played the trumpet as a child, is that right?
Yeah, trumpet and Rhodes keyboard.
And is that something you've gone back to? Or could go back to?
There is one track on this album where I actually play about 8 or 9 licks on it that we sampled.
Fantastic. So it's in use.
But I'd rather just sing in the microphone instead of sing behind the trumpet. It's very hard.
And who was your hero growing up musically?
Oh, please. So many. So many. I mean, it was from Prince to Led Zeppelin. It was such a wide things. One minute you listen to the Eagles, the next minute it's Foreigner, the next minute it's the great Billy Joel, to, of course, Elton John. You have so many amazing people.
And Louis Armstrong, of course, as a trumpet player.
That was my father's favorite, Louis Armstrong.
Okay. And was it your father who steered you in that direction then?
No.
Oh, right.
No.
Cool. Now,
That answers that.
when we talk about the different eras, and everyone has their own, and people love the 80s, and you can love all of them, how do you rate and rank the 90s and the Eurodance scene?
Well, we dominated the world market. Eurodance dominated. You cannot understand that European bands were pulling #1s constantly in the United States, in the UK, in Australia, in Argentina. It was an amazing period.
Well, we wish you well, Haddaway, with the new music. Looking forward to the single and indeed the album to follow. And stay safe in Austria.
Thank you, but you better invite me to the studio so I can meet some more people from your lovely, lovely island.
Oh, please do. Absolutely. You'll be on the couch next time we chat, hopefully.
Uh-oh, that doesn't sound that... okay, chatting. Okay, chatting.
Well, we might push you for a performance as well, if that's going to clinch the deal, Haddaway.
Okay, that'll clinch it. I'll do it.
All
okay.
right, bring the decks. We will see you in Dublin sometime soon. Thank you, Haddaway.
Thanks,
Thank
Haddaway.
you. All the best. Bye-bye. Bye.
Lovely to chat to a music icon. Haddaway's new single, And Now, will be out on all digital platforms next month, and you can keep up to date with his music on haddawaychannel.com.